Please let me. Happy Friday to you all. So exciting to be here again. Every Friday we get to do this. Super, super, super excited. If you can hear me, please let me know you can hear me. And let me know where you're watching me from. Please let me know if you can hear me. And then please let me know where you're watching me from. Happy Friday. Please share so that others can join in. Hey, someone's name is Girls Prefect. That's nice. Were you a Girls Prefect when you were in school? Happy Friday to you all and happy Valentine's Day. So exciting to be here. Please let me know where you're watching me from. If you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. And I want you to type in hashtag Immigrant Brave. Join in, share so that others will join. And if you can hear me, please let me know you can hear me. Facebook, if you can hear me, please let me know you can hear me. I would love to know where you're watching me from. I am still here in the office in Virginia, and I'm so excited I get to do this. It's going to be a Q&A session today. So I'm going to take questions and let me know where you're watching me from. Please share so that others will join. Don't withhold such a beautiful moment from your followers. Make sure that you share. Invite people to join in. Tell them that there's a live stream session going on. Let them know that Attorney AB is here to answer questions. Hi from Atlanta. That's nice. Atlanta, ATL in the building. I love Atlanta. It's actually my home state. Please let me know where you're watching me from and feel free to, let's get interactive, okay? Let me know your name. Let me know where you're watching me from. So today we are doing Facebook and Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Please let me know where you're watching me from. Facebook, if you can hear me, please let me know you can hear me. Oh, Seattle, nice. Ah, that's very nice. I am in Virginia. I'm still in the office here in Virginia. So today we are going to have a very beautiful session. San Diego, Arizona, New York, fantastic. I've lived in New York before. I was there for like almost a year. Okay, thank you for letting me know that you can hear me, Facebook. Oh, New York, Atlanta. That's nice. I am here in Virginia, Springfield, Virginia, still in the office. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. Happy Valentine's Day. Did you do anything fun today? Or are you yet to do something fun? I mean, it's only 5:30 p.m. here. Oh, LA. Oh, you love my accent. That's nice. I'm from Ghana. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please share so that others will join. How are we all doing? How are you feeling? I'm sure at this point the anxiety level is, it's down. It's not as before, right? Let me know. I want you to type in hashtag Immigrant Brave. Oh, someone says they love that's nice. Yeah, my hoodie. AB Legal Consult, customized. Yes. Please let me know where you're watching me from. Facebook, please share so that others will join. It's just going to be a Q&A session. I'm going to take questions. I'm going to answer your questions. And hopefully we can lay to rest some of the questions that you have. Immigrant Brave, I love that. Hashtag Immigrant Brave. Yes, I love that. We are brave, right? Immigrants are brave. We are going to weather the storm. We are going to be fine. We are going to be okay. So how are we doing? Just got a call from my lawyer and she said my file is rejected because I use cashier's check. Stressed. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes USCIS does that, and I don't even understand why. Yeah. How about you fill the G1450 form? That is the credit card authorization form. So you can fill out that form. Tell your attorney to fill that form. Or your attorney can issue a check, right? So your attorney, sometimes we issue checks from our law firms for our clients. So your attorney can issue a check and then just submit your petition. Yes, I'm going to be taking questions, so please feel free to type in your questions. I see a number of questions trickling in already on TikTok. See, TikTok, that's where the vibe is. So Facebook, they are so bougie. But please share so that others will join. We're going to have an amazing Q&A session. I'm going to be taking your questions on marriage-based, employment-based, K1, EB1, EB2, deportation, expedited removal, all kinds of questions. Okay, so I'm just going to take questions for today, but I'm encouraging you to share so that others will join. I don't want you to withhold this from anyone. So invite others, please share so that others will join. And feel free to type in your questions so that I answer them. Facebook, can you see me? Can you hear me? Are we good? I don't see any question on Facebook yet, so we are going to start with TikTok. But before we do, how are we doing? How are we really, truly doing? And it's not a cliche. I mean it. I really want to know how we're doing. There are things you can control. There are things you simply cannot. What can you control in these times we find ourselves? That you work on putting a strong piece of evidence together, right? You work on filing your petitions. Those are the things you have control over. What USCIS is going to do, you don't have control. What President Trump is going to do, you don't have control. The control you have is your ability to retain an attorney, a very good attorney at that, and put your pieces of evidence together. That is the control you have, right? The fear, the anxiety, the chaos, panic, alarm, you don't have much control. So the control you have is basically how you can put your petitions together, how you can put solid pieces of evidence together and just let it be. So we are going to be taking questions. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box, Facebook, and please share. Encourage others to join while I take some questions. So there's no question on Facebook yet. I keep telling you, Facebook, they're so bushy, which is fine. But TikTok is where everything is happening. So we're going to take some questions on TikTok as much as I can. I'll read the questions. And please, 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 TikTok, like I always say, make sure that your question is in one full, sentence. If you do it bits and pieces, it's because it keeps, it's just the questions are running away. So if you type it in bits and pieces, chances are I'm going to miss it. And so please make sure that you put it in one full sentence so that I can answer them, read them and answer them for you. So I'm going to take questions now. Facebook, if you have any questions, please type it in the chat box and feel free to share. Please share so that others will join. Don't withhold this session from anyone. Okay, we're taking questions, we are answering questions, and we are going to be as honest and as blunt as we can. So please share so that others will join. You never know who has a question, right? So please share. Okay, the first question I think I answered. I'm sorry that your petition got rejected. Please speak to your attorney so that your attorney can refile. Okay, so if your petition is rejected, there's so much happening in the USCIS. So much happening. And I keep saying this. They are overworked, understaffed, and they're also rushing through these petitions. And so sometimes they just do what they would do. But if your petition has been rejected just because you use a cashier's check, please have your attorney refile. just resubmit the petition and make sure that the fees are the correct fees. And one thing I've noticed is that USCIS wants you to pay separate fees for separate petitions. You don't put all the fees on one check. So you want to check in with your attorney. If your attorney put all the fees on one check, that can be a problem. So it has to be separated per petition. So I-130, 675, a check for 675. I-485, 1,440, one check for that. I-765, 260, one check for that. If you put it together, that's a problem. Okay. So one question on Facebook: how long does it take to get your wife and kid from Ghana to the US as a green card holder? Oh my God. As a green card holder, so the average processing time today is almost 24 months, okay, as a green card holder. I've said this over and over and over and over again, that processing is slightly faster when you're a US citizen over a green card holder. So I don't know if you want to wait to become a green card holder or you're going to update. Remember that, so when you file this petition, it will first go to the USCIS. Okay, if your beneficiary is not physically present in the United States, it will go to the USCIS first. And once it's approved, it goes to phase 2 with the National Visa Center. And they handle all consular activities. They prepare all consular activities, schedule visas and all that. And so if you're a green card holder, it's going to be further delayed. My recommendation is to be a US citizen before you file for them so that it's quite faster. Okay, so we're also live on YouTube. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, I'm going to take some more questions. Okay, someone is watching from Ghana. You are the brave one. Thank you for joining us all the way from Ghana. Okay, someone says, can I ask you a question, please? Today is a Q&A session, so ask away. Ask away. Please feel free to ask your questions. Can a citizen do 2 filing at once, file for a parent and a spouse at the same time? You can. You can definitely file, so long as you are able to. So you know that you have to fill out the affidavit of support, right? So long as you are able to prove that you have enough income to sponsor them, or you are going to have a co-sponsor, please feel free to ask to file. Okay, but it won't let me write all my questions. Oh, Hafsa, I'm sorry. Okay, just ask it in bits and pieces, but hopefully I'm able to catch it before it runs away from me. Okay. I'm on US. Is it B1 visa? Based on marriage. I paid my fees since November and I didn't get my green card. Okay, so you are in the US, you mean, by visa? I don't understand your question. I don't even want to assume the question you're asking. So if you can please, so I can understand bits of it, but I can understand the other. And so I don't know how I can provide an answer. But if you have filed a marriage-based petition in November and you haven't received your green card as of February, November, December, January, February, March. Okay, so it's just 3 months. Please give yourself some time. If you have received your receipt notice, that's a very nice way of checking, just keep checking. And hopefully you have created a USCIS account to track the progress of your case. If you have done that, all the better. If you haven't, I encourage you to do that. But November to February, it's a very short time. So please give yourself some time. Okay, the average processing time is 9 months. Okay, 9.3 months actually. So you have plenty of time. So long as you have your receipts to show that you have a pending petition, that is all that matter. Okay, so just have it handy. Have your receipt handy just in case. Okay. How much does it cost? Someone is asking, how much does it cost to file for a family member as a citizen and also a green card holder? the fee is the same. So if you're filing for your family member, whether it's your spouse or your parents, you have to file the I-130 to establish the relationship you have with that family member. And that paper filing is $675. And I think paper filing is $695, and online filing, I believe, is $675. It's the same. The fee is the same. It doesn't change whether you are a green card holder or you are a US citizen. If you're filing to adjust your status, it is $1,440, and that is the form I-485. $1,440. Okay. Now, if you're filing for your children and they are below 14 years, the I-130 fee is the same. I-485 fee changes. It's actually lower, slightly cheaper than for people above 14. And so I think that is like 900 plus, 970 something. I don't remember the fee on the top of my head, but it's 900 plus. It's less than 1,000. Let me put it that way. If you're filing for the adjustment of status for someone below the age of 14, it's less than 1,000. People above that, 1,440. So hopefully I've answered your question. Okay, Facebook. I left my home country on the same dates I got in the US on the form I-485. Should I write the exact day? I don't understand your question. I guess I have to read these questions very well. So you're asking that you want to know what dates to put in. Please pull your I-94. If you are not sure of when you came into the country, take your passport. The biodata page of your passport has enough information for you to pull your immigration record, your travel record, actually. So just Google I-94. You're going to see, you should be able to pull it up. Okay, I can do that for you for free. So your name is Hafsa. Please give me a call, 703-705-9905. Make sure you get the dates right. So you don't want to put a different date. Put the right date on your I-94. Put that on your form, okay? So if you're looking for the dates that you arrived in the US, please put that. Please check your I-94. That should help. I hope I've answered your question. Okay, more questions here. Please share. The number is 703-705-9905. 703-705-9905. Please don't call now because we're on live stream session. So if you do, you're going to interrupt the call because the phone is going to ring. The next phone is going to ring. So 703-705-9905. Okay. I can check your travel history for you for free. So please give me a call. Please give me a call. Okay. Can I travel outside US with expired green card? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Please don't do that. Don't travel outside the United States with an expired green card. Please renew your green card before you travel. Please don't. Don't travel with an expired green card. Okay. If you have applied for an extension and it has been approved, then by all means. But please don't travel outside the United States with an expired green card. Don't. Okay, Hafsa says, do you do reviews? What kind of reviews, please? What kind of reviews? Okay, another question. Hello, what do I do if my marriage is denied as fraud? So I want you to give me a call, 703-705-9905. If your marriage has been denied on the basis of fraud, I see the question. I'm not going to say your name, but please give me a call, 703-705-9905. That's a problem, okay? If you've been charged for fraud, have you received a notice to appear? Have you been put in removal proceedings? anything like that, I would love a follow-up on that. But please give me a call, 703-705-9905. And let's take a look at your case and how we can help you. Okay, question. Please, can an undocumented immigrant get married to a US citizen? You can. It depends on, the approval will depend on how you entered. But I want you to know that if you came through the border and you get married to a US citizen, at some point, you would have to leave the country to adjust your status. You would have to come in the right way. But by all means, the first part is you can definitely get married, but make sure that you're able to prove that you are in a bona fide marriage. Make sure that you have enough documentation to demonstrate that you are in a bona fide marriage, meaning that you entered the marriage on good faith basis to establish a life together. And based on that, you may be approved. But after the approval, depending on how you came into the country, you may or may not be able to adjust your status. So that is something to look out for. But would you be able to get married? By all means, when you put yourself on the dating market and you fall in love and you're able to demonstrate that you entered into that marriage on a good faith basis, evidence. It's not enough to say that I'm in love with this person and our marriage is bona fide. It's not enough to say that. You would have to demonstrate that by pieces of evidence. What are some of the evidence? We've discussed this over and over. Lease agreement to show that you cohabit, joint lease, joint financial records to show that you have your funds together, you are commingling your funds, shared experiences, pictures. And people should be able to attest to the fact that you are married, you hold yourselves out as a couple. And so how do you do that? You need friends and families to put statements together, witnesses, okay, and many more. All right. So by all means, you can get married, but depending on how you came into the country, you may or may not be able to adjust your status. So without knowing how you came into the country, I won't be able to answer the full question. Please, can I join AB Legal official WhatsApp group with a link below? So some of my team members are here. I don't know which link they have posted, but please, someone is on TikTok asking how they can join our WhatsApp group. So any member of my team here, please share the link so that they can join. Okay. Oh, someone says I'm watching from Ghana. Thank you. I am from Ghana. I'm Ghanaian. So thank you. Okay. Can I talk to you for a minute? How are you going to do that? I'm on live stream. So how are you going to do that? Please, let's ask serious and relevant questions, please. Okay. Immigration questions only, no personal questions. But by all means, I can speak to you after the live stream session, and it has to be about immigration, nothing personal. Okay. Melissa, I have actually read your message and I am going to get back to you. So I haven't forgotten about you. Okay. How much does it cost to process N400? Do you mean filing fees or attorney fees? Attorney fees, I won't disclose that, but filing fees is 700 and change. It's less than 800, but definitely more than $700. Okay. So if you need an attorney to help you file your N400, please give us a call, 703-705-9905. So I sent in my request for medical in May last year. I haven't heard anything from the USCIS. Should I be worried? So please calm down. Don't be worried. Pick your I-797 notice of action and then check the case status, right? So you can check your case status by literally Googling USCIS case status. Check it. And if they acknowledge receipt, right? So once they receive the request for evidence, they are not going to issue any other notice. What they will do is they're going to update it in the system. So you should be able to see it online that they have received it. So long as they have acknowledged, or they acknowledge that they have received your request for additional evidence, that's it. Now it's a waiting game. So please check, don't panic, calm down. Calm down is one of the favorite things my mom loves to say. Calm down, and then just check if it's up there, if it's updated, then, and so long as you sent it before the deadline, you're good to go. Okay, so please calm down. There's nothing to worry about. Give it some time. You're definitely going to hear from them. Okay, you're definitely going to hear from them. Okay. Let's see. Are there any other questions? Facebook, no question yet, but please share so that others can join. Please share so that others can join. Can a citizen file for their parents? Absolutely. You can file for your parents anytime, any day. Okay? You can file for your parents and establish a relationship by first filing the Form I-130. And if your parent is here in the US, you can file concurrently I-130, I-485, and the I-765, which will give them work authorization and their green card. Okay? So by all means, if you're a US citizen, you can file. Hi, ma'am. Akosua is fine. I am in the military and I want to file for my fiance from Africa. What document should I provide? Please give us a call. We can help you file for your fiance. Please give us a call, 703-705-9905. But you should be able to prove that you have seen or met your fiance 2 years preceding the petition. So if you haven't seen your fiance in the last 2 years, you may want to request for a waiver, right? There's no specific form for that. You just have to explain. And so, yeah, give us a call, 703-705-9905. Okay. Questions. Okay, so can you talk? Someone says, can I talk to you for a minute? Please, you can. After the live stream session, you can definitely talk to me for a minute. You said for 1 minute, right? So please, yes, you can talk to me for a minute. Okay, so someone says, can I use the same divorce document for my ex-husband that I used to file for his green card to file for my green card with my new husband? Can I use the same divorce document for my ex-husband to file for a green card for my new husband? So when you're filing for a marriage-based green card, you would have to establish that you are not married, right? So basically, all previous marriages, you need proof that all previous marriages have been annulled. You are divorced. And so that is what you have to provide or submit to the USCIS before you can even file for your husband. In terms of other documents, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say when you ask whether you can provide the same document. But yes, divorce document, you have to definitely establish that you are no longer married to your ex-husband, and then you're married to someone else. So you have to prove that that marriage is completely done. As far as additional documents to prove that both of you are married, as in you and your new husband are married, is the same document that I mentioned: joint lease, joint bank records, pictures. People should be able to testify to the fact that you're married and that you hold yourselves out as a couple publicly, right? Pictures, shared experience, and today is Val's Day, right? So if you're going to give your husband a gift or your fiancé a gift, you want to document that. Proof of receipts. If you guys have traveled together before, then you need proof of that. And you don't necessarily have to fly. It can be a Greyhound bus. It can be a train. Document. Okay. Someone says I'm watching live from Ghana as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am grateful. Um, can you answer my call, please? At this point, I think you're trying to distract me. Didi Chelsea. So I just asked on Facebook. Okay. Elizabeth says, please, how long would it take to get a visitor visa to visit my husband, who is a green card holder? It depends on the dates available. It all depends. So your husband definitely can send you an invitation letter, but you have to be able to secure a date, and it depends. It depends on the dates that are available. I know that there are some African countries that have dates. In fact, yesterday someone reached out to me and said that they got a date in I believe it was Togo or Sierra Leone. Togo. So maybe you want to check that. But in Ghana, I know that there aren't dates available unless you know someone that can help you secure a date. Yeah. So how long? It all depends on what time you get a date. Okay. Okay. Someone is asking me, do I need to complete another medical exam? That is like a piece of a full question. So I don't know how to answer that. If you can please ask your question again, I will be able to answer that. How long must you wait to remarry after divorcing a US spouse? There's no set timeline, okay? The law does not provide us with a timeline. So I want you to think about immigration as real life, okay? You want to think about immigration as real life. Someone gets a divorce today, even before they're divorcing, they are probably talking to someone. And so they quickly jump into the next marriage. But you want to be very creative and smart. You want to be very, very creative and smart. If you enter into a bona fide marriage with someone and you're going to file for an immigration benefit, just let's think about this together. If you are the USCIS officer and someone gets married December 1st, 2024, the person divorces December 10th, 2024, and gets married December 15th, 2024. And for all the two marriages, the person files for immigration benefits. That's a problem. If someone gets married December 1st, 2024, or someone has been married for a very long time, but then divorces December 1st, 2024, and the person is here in the United States, right? And the person quickly gets married to someone in January 2025 and files an immigration benefit in the same January 2025. That is a problem. No matter what it is, no matter whether it's a bona fide marriage or not, it is going to set you up for heightened scrutiny. So that's something you want to be on the lookout for. By all means, if you can demonstrate, and you must be able to demonstrate that you're in a bona fide marriage, please go ahead. There's no set timeline for when you should fall in love and get married. There's no set timeline. So you really, really want to check that. Okay. Retain our services and we will help you. Okay, so someone is asking, please, can I file for EB2 and how fast is the processing? To be able to file for the EB2, you have to be an eligible candidate, right? You have to be an eligible candidate. How do you even know that you're an eligible candidate? Two ways. Number one, you have to be an advanced degree holder or a person of extraordinary ability. Advanced degree holder, a bachelor's degree plus 5 years of progressive work experience. Extraordinary ability, you need 10 years of work experience. You have to have an advanced degree, which is the minimum bachelor's. You must have some certifications in your field. You must have achieved some significant recognition in your field, and many, many more. After you have been able to meet the basic eligibility requirements, then there are three main prongs that you have to meet. Number one, that the work that you do is of substantial merit and national importance. Number two, that you're well positioned to advance the proposed endeavor. What is the proposed endeavor? Is basically what you want to do in the United States. It's your intent, it's your plan, what it is that you want to do in the United States. So that is where that you're well positioned to advance a proposed endeavor comes to play. And with being well positioned, we are going to basically look at your blueprints, the work you have done so far, the certifications that you have, the school that you have attended. And then the third prong is more of a balancing test between prong one and prong two. So can you file? It depends on your eligibility and how fast is the processing. So if you're filing the EB2 or any of the employment-based petition, you have the option to file for what we call the premium processing. With a premium processing, you are mandating the USCIS to review or process your petition within 15 to 45 days. So in less than a month, you should have a decision if you opt for the premium processing. Without the premium processing option, the USCIS is going to review your petition between 4 to 6 months. And that is just phase one. After you have received an approval for your EB2 or your EB1 or the EB2 national interest waiver, you have to wait. So if you're doing the national interest waiver, you have to wait for your priority date to become current. Priority date is when a visa becomes available to you. That is when you can adjust your status. So if you are running out of status, the EB2 NIW is not a good option for you. If you're running out of status, the regular EB2 is not a good option for you. If you're running out of status, then the EB1 may or may not be a good option for you, depending on the time that you have to run for your status to run out. The EB1 priority date always current. What that means is that once you receive an approval for the EB1, you can immediately file for your adjustment of status. So with the EB1, priority date is always current. So it all depends. I won't be able to give you a timeline, but priority date is key when it comes to the EB2 NIW. Now, if you're doing the regular EB2, then you have a sponsor, right? The EB2 NIW, you're sponsoring yourself. EB2 regular, you must have an employer sponsor you, and you can file for the premium processing. But to get a visa available to you, priority dates. Okay. I hope I answered your question. I'm Bali. I like your name, and hopefully I said it right. If I didn't, please forgive me. More questions on TikTok. Okay. I'm married a Nigerian. What forms do I need to fill out to bring him to the United States? To establish the marriage between you and your spouse, you need to complete the form I-130. I don't recommend that you do it yourself. We can help you. Please give us a call, 703-705-9905. But that is the first form to fill to establish the relationship that you have with your spouse in Nigeria. I-130. Once it is approved, then it goes to the National Visa Center for further processing. Another person says, I'm watching from Ghana as well. Thank you so much for joining. Immigration has rescheduled our interview 3 times since 2022. We have another next week. What do I need to do? Is it a marriage-based green card interview? If it is, and it is just a regular rescheduling, you don't have to worry. Just show up, prepare yourself. You and your spouse should prepare. I want you to take a look at our social media pages. I think this week a video went out on some of the top questions that you can be asked during your marriage-based interview. So it's important that your attorney prep you. If you did not retain the services of an attorney when you're filing for your marriage-based green card, then you may want to retain the services of one now so that they can walk you through some of the top questions, literally prep you for the interview. And an attorney's presence in the interview is extremely important. It changes everything. I have had many instances where people attended the interview without an attorney, and then it becomes their word against the USCIS officer's word. And remember that the USCIS officer is not your friend. They don't represent you. But if you have an attorney there, and anything goes wrong, your attorney is there. Even with the presence of an attorney, things cannot really go wrong because the officers know better. And so make sure that you retain the services of an attorney to prep you for your interview, okay? Please, can I have your contact? Yes, our office number is 703-705-9905. Someone is asking me the fee for N400. It is less than 800. I know it's 700 and something. I can't remember it, but it's 700 plus, less than $800. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh God. Okay, this is falling apart. Okay, so our working hours Monday to Friday, 9 to 6:30 p.m. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, Eastern Standard Time. Should you be worried because your interview has been rescheduled? I don't think so. Maybe there was a conflict, right? Maybe there was a clash, or maybe the USCIS overscheduled for the day. And so getting a reschedule for an interview is not a big deal unless you didn't show up for an interview. And so you requested that it be rescheduled. Other than that, it doesn't really matter. Do I need to add medicals to my adjustment of status? Yes, you have to add your medicals to it. Previously, you could submit the petitions all by itself without the medicals, and then the USCIS, please, I am not accepting anyone as a co-host. And so please don't send me an invitation to be a co-host. This is the third time I may have to mention your name, or we may have to remove you from our page. So please don't send me an invitation to be a co-host. I am not accepting co-hosts, not in this session. Thank you for understanding. Please don't do that. So medicals, yes, now you would have to add medicals. It's actually mandatory that you add medicals. I think it's a good thing because previously it was when you were attending the interviews that you go with your medicals. But now, although people think that they're still going to be invited for interviews, long before the USCI is actually mandated that applicants add medicals to their filing petitions, we always did it. We always added medicals to the petitions that we submitted to the USCIS, and it actually helped a lot. And then we also added the love story, how they met, petitioner and beneficiary, how they met. We gave them the story and notarized statements. And so oftentimes there was just no need to invite our clients to attend an interview. So please. Now, yes, if you don't add medicals, your petition will be rejected. So by all means, please add your medicals. Someone is asking me, please, can I ask a question? That's why we are here. So please feel free to ask your question. It's a Q&A session. So please feel free to ask your questions, okay? No invitation. Please don't do that. Be very nice, okay? No invitation. Okay, what is the process of changing your B1, B2 to student visa while on visit? Okay, so the first thing you want to establish is to make sure that you have the school record. So you must have an admission, you must pay for your service fee, you must be able to prove that you can pay for the tuition. The USCIS will not accept financial records that only demonstrate ability to pay partial school funds, right, or tuition, you should be able to pay the full tuition. So what we do for our clients is that we make sure that they pay some of the tuition, and then we provide documents, financial records to show that they can actually cover the full tuition. How do we do that? Most of my clients that come here for school are from Ghana. So sometimes they are able to prove that, sometimes they have sponsors. And so these sponsors, we take their bank records and we literally calculate, we convert the cedis into dollars, and then make sure that the amounts they have in the various accounts actually is enough to cover the full tuition, not partial tuition, full tuition. So that's basically it. You also have to prove that you are residents of your country. So in your case, Bridget, you are from Ghana. Bridget's a free bar. You want to demonstrate that you are a resident or a citizen of a certain country. So in this case, it's going to be Ghana, your Ghana card, and then your passport. And you would also want to explain why you think it is a better option for you to attend school here in the United States than in Ghana. So those are the things that you need. And after you are able to put these pieces of evidence together, you submit it to the USCIS, and you can choose to pay for the premium processing fee, which shortens the period of time for which the USCIS should review your petition. So that's that, Bridget. And we can help you. We help quite a number of people change their status from B1, B2 to the student visa. So give us a call, 703-705-9905. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. When should I apply for a green card? When should you apply for a green card? Come on. When you're ready, okay? So when you have an employer who is going to sponsor you, then by all means you should. If you put yourselves on the dating market and you fall in love and you're able to demonstrate that you're in a bona fide marriage, evidence-based, then you should be able to adjust your status or apply for a green card, okay? Okay. 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 Oh, the questions are running away from me. It's just so fast. What is the process to adjust your status when you get married to a US citizen? Okay. Number one, establish the relationship you have with a person by filling out the form I-130. I highly recommend that you work with an attorney. And then after, if you're a US citizen, then of course you can file concurrently. I probably sound like a broken record now. I've said this over and over and over and over again. You can file concurrently. If your spouse is a green card holder, you cannot file concurrently. You have to wait for your priority date. And every receipt has a priority date. I don't have a receipt that I have redacted the information. If I show it to you, then I'm going to be, my client's name is going to be on it. There are quite a number here I would have shown you, but when you take a look at your receipt carefully, you're going to see your priority date on there. So if you get married to a green card holder, you have to wait for your priority date to become current. So you have to monitor the visa bulletin. Okay, if you're working with an attorney, your attorney is going to check that for you. If you're working with if you file these petitions yourself, then what that means is that you have to understand how the visa bulletin works. I don't recommend that because it is so confusing that it confuses even attorneys. So I highly recommend that you retain the services of an attorney to do all the heavy lifting for you. That is the work of an attorney, to do all the heavy lifting for you. Okay. Okay. So my husband's green card has a mistake on it. What can I do? Listen, today someone came to my office, and when she received her green card, when she was actually petitioning for the green card, she made a mistake, right? And she did it herself. So her last name ends with an E, and I'm not sure what happened. She made it an A. USCIS, number one, they gave her the green card. And when she was ready to become a US citizen, so they gave her the green card. She said, oh, when she contacted the USCIS, the specialist that she spoke to, remember that these people cannot give you legal advice. When you pick a phone to call the USCIS, the person you're talking to is basically like customer service representative. They are not there to give you legal advice. And so the government information specialist she spoke to said that, oh, don't worry about it. When you're ready to become a US citizen, you can actually change your name. So at that point, you can fix the error. This lady got her green card in 2010. We are in 2025, and she has still, anytime she files for the N400, which is the US citizenship, USCI says that, well, we are going to deny you because the name is inconsistent. Your birth certificate says one name, your green card says another name. Meanwhile, it was their worker, the government information specialist, that basically said, don't worry about it. And so if there's a mistake on your green card, please retain the services of an attorney now. If you overlook it, many years down the line, when you're ready to become a US citizen, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it dearly. I know someone who is not my client, right? This person is not my client, but I know someone who is literally in immigration courts right now as we speak because of an error in his name. So if there's a mistake on your husband's green card, please retain the services of an attorney to help you. Okay. Shine, I hope I answered your question. Someone is asking me whether I attended the University of Ghana, Legon. Of course I did. I did, okay? I'm sure you've probably seen something. That's why you're asking. But yes, I did. Or I look familiar, but yes, I did. Okay. Good day, Ma. My husband is a US citizen and he's doing a consular processing, but he's not working. So tell your husband to get a co-sponsor, okay? Please tell your husband to get a co-sponsor. Tell your husband to get a co-sponsor, okay? Okay. Any other questions? Please share, and let's interact. Okay, so the one whose husband is doing consular processing, please tell your husband to get a co-sponsor. What defense will you give for overstaying your B1, B2 in marriage-based green card? So even if you overstay your B1, B2 in the US, if you overstay for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and you marry a US citizen, you can still adjust. That's the first thing. As far as defense, I won't disclose that here. Please give us a call, 703-705-9905, okay? Okay. All right, we are almost an hour into our live stream session. I hope you had a wonderful time. Oh, how do you change status from visitor to student? I just provided an answer. We have to, first and foremost, you want to prove that you have been admitted to a school here in the US. Number two, you want to prove that you are able to cover the tuition. It's okay if you cannot do it yourself, and then you need a sponsor. That works, but we need your bank records or your sponsor's bank records to show that they can pay full tuition, not partial tuition. Full tuition. Very, very important. Full tuition. You also have to demonstrate your country of residence. So depending on where you're coming from, you want to demonstrate that. For my clients in Ghana, we use the Ghana card, and you want to explain why you think schooling here is going to benefit you. It's of substantial need to you, or it's something that you think is going to benefit you, or there's no other school in Ghana. You want to demonstrate that as well. So We can help you if you're looking to change your status from a B1, B2 to that of the um, student visa or the F1. We can definitely help you. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. We're almost an hour into this. Listen. Before I leave you, that's what I'm going to say. It looks like when it comes to the marriage-based green card, it is very easy to just download the forms and fill it out. Oh, Kelly, you're saying I should answer you. I missed your question. I'm sure you probably typed it in bits and pieces. I'm very sorry that I've missed it. If you are able to type in your question again, I would definitely answer. But I can see, all I see is that please answer me. I would love to answer. So please ask your question again. I highly recommend that you work with an attorney. Okay. I highly recommend that you work with an attorney for all your immigration petitions, because it may look like they are very simple forms. I cannot tell you enough how some people have filled out these forms themselves, and eventually they find themselves wanting because of certain errors. Number one, your immigration benefit is going to get delayed, right? It's going to get delayed if there are mistakes or there are errors in them. Your immigration petition can get denied if there are errors in them, and you can find yourself even in removal proceedings. Okay, if you make certain mistakes, you omit certain key information, or you contradict certain pieces of information. I have always said this: the information that you give to the National Visa Center when you are filing for your immigration benefits, please stick to that. If you lied to get a visa, I don't know how you're going to do it, but you might as well have enough evidence to prove that whatever you said to them, whether it's true or not, you need enough evidence. If you said you were married to get a visa and you're trying to file for an immigration benefits here in the United States, you want to prove that you're no longer married. So I don't know how you're going to do that, but you must do that. Okay, so whatever you do, whatever you tell them, make sure you don't contradict whatever information. If you tell the USCIS that the National Visa Center, I beg your pardon, that you have kids, because when you're trying to get a visa and you're filling out the DS-160, and then you put it in there, are you like you're married? Yes. Children? Yes. And you're able to come up with names, strange names of children and spouses. And then you come here to the US, you get a visa, you come here to the US, and then you're filing for immigration benefits. You really truly have to maintain that you have kids. Okay, you have to maintain that you have kids. And if someday, somehow, you want to file for these kids, then pieces of evidence, must be submitted. But if you don't want to file for them, then of course you say you have kids, that's fine. In the early stages, if you are not actually petitioning for them, the kids that you said you have to get the visa, then you don't even have to prove any, you don't have to submit any birth certificate and all that. But the moment you say you're going to file for them, then you must prove that. A client called me, for consultation purposes, and this was the issue that she had. A connection man tried to bring this child who was just 20 to the US. And the connection man said that this lady was his child. And so it was basically him trying to file, attend the interview with this little girl. They get a visa, they come into the US, and now the lady has a green card. She came in, got married, has a green card, has become a US citizen. And she's at the point where she says, now I want to bring my biological parents. Remember that she came here with her father, and this man is married. So in the system, the connection man is married, and the connection man's child is a lady he brought to the US. But now this girl is a US citizen, and she's filing for her biological parents. You can imagine the mess it caused. As I speak to you now, she is in immigration court, okay? Because of the one lie she told. And when she retained my services, I asked her whether she filed this petition herself. She said, yes, she did. Now, if you file this petition yourself, then clearly, like I keep saying, it looks like they are just forms that you can fill out. No, by your immigration, if you work with an attorney, the attorney is going to ask you about your immigration history. If she had worked with an attorney, then the attorney will check all the immigration history to know that when this lady was coming in, she came with her father. She came with her father, the connection man. And the connection man is married. The connection man is married with kids. And so coming in with a connection man who is your father, how then do you say that you're going to file for your parents? The mistake she made was when she was filing the N400, she submitted a birth certificate, which had her father's name and had her mother's name. And they were not the connection man and the connection man's wife. So that was a sharp contradiction to the information they provided. Herself, the connection man, the connection man's wife, and the connection man's children are all in immigration courts. They are all being deported because of the one lie they told. So by all means, if you want to use a connection man when you're coming to the US, do it. But when you get here and you're trying to file for your immigration benefits, number one, make sure that you collect all the evidence and you have proof of your DS-160 that the connection man presented to the National Visa Center. Make sure that you have that. And when you're filing for your immigration benefits, make sure you hand that over to your attorney. And please do not lie to your attorney. Your attorney is like your doctor. How do you lie to your attorney? When you lie to your attorney, then you're basically misleading your attorney to do something that is going to set you up. And then you go around and say your attorney did a shoddy job. It's not because your attorney did a shoddy job. It's because you lied to your attorney. So it's important that you don't lie to your attorney. And whatever information you provide to the National Visa Center before you come to the US, make sure that you have evidence of that. Make sure that you collect it from the connection man. And if any connection man says you're my daughter, you're my son and all that, maintain that. Forget it. You can't file for your parents. By all means, you can send them invitation. But even when you send them the invitation, you cannot say they are your parents because remember, you have another parent. Unless you're able to prove that this connection man is your adopted father. And remember that you cannot simply say you have been adopted without having the legal backing. Evidence, evidence, evidence. Okay, so keep that in mind when you try to get a visa to the United States. Keep that in mind. Connection men, by all means, they can connect you, but make sure you keep your records. And in event you don't have the records or things happen, you lose them, something, it can be requested for. Speak to your attorney. If you have a long-term goal to remain here, when you get here, quickly speak to an attorney, let them FOIA the records, and keep it until you're ready to file for your immigration benefits. It's important that you maintain the story. If you lie, maintain it. Don't contradict anything. If you do, you're going to have issues. So that will be it for tonight. And it's always a pleasure to come your way. I hope you learned a thing or two. And if you need any immigration services, we are licensed to represent you in all 50 states and globally. And so it doesn't matter where you are. We have systems and structures in place to make it easy for us to collect your documents. easy for us to communicate with you. Very, very easy. And so we are happy to represent you wherever you are, across the United States, all 50 states, and globally. Oh, someone says, hello, Akosua, Pamela here. Thank you for sharing. You're very, very welcome. It's always a pleasure to be here. So we can represent you across all 50 states and across the globe. Listen, for those who are trying to come to the United States, please don't come in blindly. Don't come in based on hearsays. Make sure you have a plan in place. Make sure that you have the end in sight. Make sure you have a solid plan. My recommendation would be to please speak to an attorney before you come. And the only pathway to come to the United States is not a regular B1, B2. There are different pathways that will provide you the same results. Whatever your end goal is. If your end goal is to get a green card, it's not all about marriage base. It's not all about coming in at B1, B2, struggling, putting yourself in. There are so many pathways, okay? So many pathways to get a green card. Far beyond the marriage-based green card, far beyond the B1, B2. So my advice to you is that make sure that you speak to an attorney. If you're looking to relocate to the United States, schedule a consultation with us. Let us walk you through the different pathways that are available to you. Give yourself time, plan, prepare, and then come into the US with a strategy. Don't just come because everybody's coming, right? Have a plan, have a goal, end goal, long term, right? Think about all that before you decide to pack up and leave. Immigrants are brave, immigrants are strong, but please come in with a plan. Else you come in and then you're frustrated. Don't come in based on hearsays. So consult with an attorney, let him give you different pathways that are available so that you come in well and don't get stranded. Okay. For those asking how you can join our WhatsApp group page, please save this number in your phone: 703-705-9905. So please save. Oh, Ohineba, my favorite guy. Thank you for joining. Save this number in your phone and send a message to that number, and you're going to be added to the WhatsApp group page. We post videos. I answer questions. So if you're on the WhatsApp group page, you know that I answer the questions myself. No member of my team answer the questions. I answer all the questions myself. And so please feel free to join the WhatsApp group page and let's get interactive. Okay. Oh, someone says their question is on YouTube. Sadly, I don't get access to the YouTube questions, but please send me an email. Send an email to info@ablegalconsult.com. Info, INFO, at ablegalconsults.com. Send your question there. The lady who sent the question on YouTube, please send your question there and I'll personally check it and answer. And feel free to put your questions in the WhatsApp group page. It's a place to be. That WhatsApp group page is actually the place to be. Long before our videos go on our social media pages, they are in the WhatsApp group. So we always post it there before we post it for the world to see. And also all the questions will be answered by me. And if you're in that WhatsApp group, you get a discount when you retain our services. For those who have already retained me and have come to join, please, you don't get discount. But for those who are yet to join, once you become a member and you retain our service, by all means, yeah, you get a discount. The number again is 703-705-9905. So save the number, send us a hi, and we are going to add you. 703-705-9905. 9905. Okay, it's been a real pleasure to be here. I love these sessions because I get to interact with you. I get to know where you're watching me from, which is amazing. If there are any particular topics that you want us to talk about, please feel free to send us messages, okay, to any of our social media pages. We are everywhere. We are on TikTok. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook, and we have our WhatsApp group as well. So feel free to put your questions across, and we would answer those questions. Listen, there's so much going on in the media, the fear, the panic, the alarm. It is all good. What I will say is that there are little things that you have control over, like filing your petitions, making sure that you have enough evidence to prove the basis of your petition, making sure that you retain the services of an attorney. Those are the things you have control over. We don't have control over executive order. We don't have control over what President Trump decides to do, right? We also have control over being empowered, knowing what to do when I shows up, knowing where to be, where to go. If you know you're undocumented, there are certain places you cannot go. If you know you came through the border, if you know you have committed some crimes, then if you have committed some crimes and you came through the border, you know that you're an enforcement priority, so you stay safe, right? So all there is to say is just take care of yourself. The things you have control over, work towards that. The ones you don't, let it be, and please breathe. It is going to be okay. Stay calm. It's okay if you don't want to watch the news. You don't have to. Just take care of yourselves. If you're undocumented, speak to your attorney. Make sure you have your attorney's number on speed dial. Make sure that you have a power of attorney in place. Tell your attorneys to help you put together power of attorney just in case. If you have a removal order already, you know that you're an enforcement priority. Speak to an attorney, retain the services of an attorney, and please don't let your attorneys work for free. It's not easy to be an attorney. Lots of work goes into it. So don't expect your attorneys to work for you for free. Please be nice, be generous to your attorneys, and be safe, be well. I look forward to coming your way again next week, Friday. If there are any specific topics that you want us to discuss, by all means, please, we are open to suggestions. We are open to recommendations. And I look forward to doing this again, same time, next week, Friday. Stay well, stay safe, and remember that immigrants are brave, immigrants are strong, and we are going to weather the storm. We didn't come all the way from our home country just to be here and be timid and become afraid. We are brave, we are strong. We are going to get through these hard times. Stay well, stay safe. Enjoy your weekend, and happy Valentine's Day. Good night to you all.